elevated. My whip elevated. My crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. My money elevated. My whip elevated. My crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. I don't know the reason why, but my swag so fly. I stay high as the stars, past Mars. I'm on my way to Venus to pick out a couple senoritas. Let me hit you right back. Bottles of champagne and cognac, but pass me that Ciroc bottle here and watch me down that. Purple baby, mama favorite color, so I blow that. Cause got plenty of it, so you know I got to score that. No lay up, no free throws, all slam dunks round here. You know I stay in the paint, and I keep me some fresh tank. Them girls be fiending for me like a nigga Jodeci. Hit her from the back now, your bitch wanna promote me. Nickname the Super Soaker, I'm addictive like coke, girl. Your dad'll try me, had you dancing naked while my niggas throw dollars at your body. While you walking like a model, but you wildin' off the mileage. And rolling Drake, steady popping bottles. My money elevated, my whip elevated, my crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. My money elevated, my whip elevated, my crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. Elevated, elevated. Ask about the name, don't explain when I bring pain about these tracks, man. It's from my guts. And if you ain't talking money, I give a lovely fuck. Other than that dog shit, it's just for core, bro. I see my wink to keep it G, I like to see your style. A woman where they playing with them hoes, you can keep it up. I'm off the mud and playing with money, so I'ma keep it valid. Sound in my voice that you know the whip saying the grill up. I'm off the meter to the max, you know, chandelier. Niggas hating, but I'm banking. Took a shit on what you think. I'm all the way live. Sit back, blowing perp, laughing at niggas that can't fit jive. High five, haters, you know, elevated motivation. Citation been serving, don't be mad 'cause I fuck your girl. Cause the shit you bleed meant to be broke. And what I bleed meant to be criticized and compared with other rich folks. My money elevated, my whip elevated, my crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. My money elevated, my whip elevated, my crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. I done got up on my shit now. From walking, catch a ride to my own fucking whip now. Them hoes they used to stunt, I bet now they on my dick now. The whoop niggas with hangers, I don't use my fucking fist now. It's dumb, and I'm highly red rum to you, little bitch. My flow is super cold, but elevated to the sickest. It's wicked, I can crush the top 5 rappers in the city. Just throw that fucking beat on, press record, let's get it. Ridiculous, big pimpin' putting these hoes up in they place. Then your mama teach you better, wipe that nut from out your face. I'm a shark in a fish tank, a wolf running with dogs. A lion round house cats and still about these balls. Lord, I done got so retarded they can't compare. I'm young and going hard like Jordan when he had hair. Then plus you know I'm thugging in this world without a care. Finna fuck the game up with no condom on straight bell. My money elevated, my whip elevated, my crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. My money elevated, my whip elevated, my crib elevated. Everything elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated, elevated, elevated. Bitch, I'm elevated. Duck, nigga. For yourself, motherfucker.
Doja, Burner, Beats.
Oh, I see. I got years in the game. I started out in the mud, waist deep in cow shit, man. And it's a shame how even your own people do